Hello YouTube, this is gonna be the xKenDaKilla Christmas special, or happy whatever doesn't offend you, I guess. This is an important topic, and this is a little Prezi PowerPoint I made on my computer. Like I said in my last video, I like to do Christmas specials, except most of the time they don't normally work out for me. So, I hope third time's is the charm, because this is literally my third Christmas with a YouTube channel. So I'm just gonna get started right away, and this is a video I feel like I need to do. Okay, so this is a video on the topic of Star Wars Battlefront, the whole series, as you can see here. We got Battlefront, Battlefront 2, Renegade Squadron, and Elite Squadron, which was probably the most hyped Battlefront. I'm just gonna get started. I can't really explain this, just Battlefront is my favorite game series, I guess. Okay, I have a little script here so that I don't start rambling. In 2004, LucasArts and Pandemic Studios came together to make one of the greatest games of all time. Star Wars Battlefront 1, as it has been called before, or just Star Wars Battlefront, is a first/third-person action-adventure shooter. It was released September 21st, 2004 for Xbox, PlayStation 2, and PC. A port for Mac was made July of 2005. It instantly became a hit for gamers and Star Wars fans alike. It was released the same day as the original trilogy was released in 2004. One thing I didn't mention here in my script is that I think Star Wars Battlefront, in case that wasn't right, Star Wars Battlefront 1, I think it was actually made to compete with Halo 2, because it was made around the same time, if you think about it. But that just might be a theory. Next slide we got here is Star Wars Battlefront 2. Much like Battlefront 1, or just Battlefront, Battlefront 2 follows all the same traits as its mother-in game, but it is still such a different experience. They added new modes and maps, but in the end, Battlefront 1 still has better maps. I feel like I'm doing a project right now. Don't worry. I plan to compare the console version to the PSP version, which you see right there. To the PSP version, where are we? Later, considering they're both really different than the PC version. I'm talking about the console versions and the PSP version, compared to Battlefront 2, which I'll tell you more on later when I get to another segment. Okay. Let's see if this works. Okay. Excuse me, Ginger. Star Wars Battlefront Renegade Squadron is the only Battlefront that was exclusive to PSP. They also, as you see here, made a PSP Special Edition bundle. The coolest thing of the game was customization. It's also, from what I've looked up, is the only PSP Battlefront not available for the PS Vita. Okay, so really what I was trying to say here is that you can, it's really the only one exclusive to PSP if you think about it, because I haven't seen any gameplay of people putting Renegade Squadron on their PS Vita, and that's why for Christmas I would love to get this bundle and then maybe later on get a PS Vita so I can record HD Battlefront 2 and Elite Squadron gameplay. That'd be really nice. Alright, and one of the forget it, I'm just gonna go on. Okay, Star Wars Battlefront Elite Squadron is the latest Battlefront in this wonderful series. I'm not sure if either of the PSP version games can be played in first person. That doesn't matter because I think Battlefront is best in third person, if you ask me. The things I liked most about this Battlefront was the campaign. The other Battlefront campaigns were okay, but this one was the best, if you ask me. Another thing was the customization was enhanced since Renegade Squadron, which was one of the only things that I really liked too about this game. Elite Squadron is still a fun experience, though. Okay. I can only say about one thing about the DS version of Renegade Squadron, and that is, it was made by the same people who made The Force Unleashed for DS, So it's really different than any other version of Renegade Squadron, which it's made for PSP and DS, really. And there's that. One thing you'll notice is that this is the only E10 rated PSP, and it's the only version of Battlefront that is that. Okay, now down there in the corner, hang on a sec, is Mobile Squadrons. As far as I know, this one is exactly like the Republic Commando 2 phone game. Let me just put the camera right there. Which was not made for, no. Which was made. It is confirmed, and I've seen Republic Commando 2 gameplay on a little phone, but it's not like a console thing. I mean, it's basically, you're in first person, you can't control your movement, you shoot a couple guys, your guy moves by himself to another location, you shoot more guys. Back to the script, though. Although I have not been able to find it on any smartphone, such as the Android market or the App Store, I find this stupid unless they actually do put it on the Android Play Store and the App Store. Considering that they didn't make this for smartphones, really is a letdown, because this was when smartphones were getting big. This was like, what was this? I think this was a year before the iPhone 4 came out, which was one of the best phones for games, one of the best early smartphones. You know, now we have iPhone 5s, and now we have this iPad here that I'm using for just for gaming and for Apple stuff, I guess you can say. Moving on, though, from Elite Squadron and Mobile Squadrons, which both came out in 2009, this is what Battlefront fans are probably wondering. 2010 to now, there has been nothing in Battlefront. Really, it's just, we've wanted Battlefront 3 so long, and this part is not on the script, so it may sound like I'm rambling on. Battlefront 3, we've wanted for so long, you know, ever since Battlefront 2, we've been like, oh, cool, Renegade Squadron, yeah, that was an okay game. Oh, Elite Squadron, yeah, that's a little better, okay, I guess. Oh, the DS version, yeah, that's okay, I guess. You know, and then they had Mobile Squadrons, which nobody knew about. You know, they had announced it. They hadn't made a very big deal about it, though. So, really, we just want Star Wars Battlefront 3, and I don't want to turn this into a big rant on Star Wars Battlefront 3, because mainly, oh god, that light's in there, isn't it? Here, let me do that real quick. We don't, well, it's not that we don't want Battlefront 3, it's just I don't want to start rambling on about how much I want it, how much it would be cool to have it and everything. So really, I'm just trying to stick to what I was trying to plan here, and really my plan here is to just inform you on Battlefront and its history, and almost everything about it except for Battlefront 3 and Battlefront 4, or Battlefront Online, which was another rumor from about a year ago. Next, please. Thank you. Okay, when it comes to, when it comes to, like, pros, people who are good at a game, back in Star Wars Battlefront days, there was elites, or so gamertag Tueli, who you see here, said himself. Elites were just pros of Star Wars Battlefront, I guess. They had things called Banthables, which, again, is something you can look up on YouTube, like gamertag Tueli, who is this awesome guy who does tips and tricks on Battlefront 1 and 2. He, doesn't like the PSP versions. It's sort of like the prequel trilogy, if you ask me. But, yes, gamertag Tueli is a pro, and I'm gonna leave links at the, I'm definitely leaving links at the, in the description. Here are the DLCs, not including mods, and these DLCs, but they were probably called add-ons back then, are only on Xbox. But you can't download these anymore, considering that Xbox Live, original Xbox Live at least, has been shut down. Xbox Live is still going well. So over here, as you can see, is Battlefront 1 gameplay. This is, what the heck was that? This is Star Wars Battlefront gameplay on Jabba's Palace. Jabba's Palace, I believe, was a free add-on for Star Wars Battlefront 1, only on Xbox, like I said. I believe it was free, but all I know is that I've played this version and there's nothing too different about it. It would have been a convenience. I'm pretty sure it actually came with the PC update that came on Star Wars Battlefront 1, but it's just something cool that you can just download that to your Xbox. Well, at least you were able to. And over here we have Asajj Ventress and Kit Fisto, which were the two new heroes in the Star Wars Battlefront 2 add-on. Yes, there was Star Wars Battlefront 2 add-on. There was a Star Wars Battlefront 2 add-on, and it included several of Battlefront 1's maps, such as, I believe, Renvar Harbor, Bespin Cloud City, Yavin 4 Arena, and I'm pretty sure there was something else. I'm pretty sure there was a couple more maps. And another thing that was cool about that map, or DLC pack thing, was that I'm pretty sure you could, I hope so, I'm pretty sure, sorry to ramble now, that you could do a hero battle on almost any map. Almost. But anyways, I'm pretty sure also that this DLC was $4.99 or it was free just like its first one. So, moving on, I guess. By the way, you could probably download both of these on a PC with mods on either game. Now I want to start talking about the demos of Star Wars Battlefront. There was demos for the PlayStation 2 and the Xbox, at least for Battlefront 1 and 2. Battlefront 1 for PlayStation 2 had Jam Pack Volume 11, which is the red one, in case you're wondering. I'm trying to focus on it, but it's not really working. This red one, Jam Pack Volume 11 had the Star Wars Battlefront 1, actually you can see it right there, had the Star Wars Battlefront 1 demo. I've done a gameplay / playthrough, basically, of it. It's not on Hoth, in case you're seeing there, if you can really see it. It's on Endor, and you can choose sides, and I believe that you're able to win on either side. It's just a wacky demo compared to what Star Wars Battlefront ended up being. And over here we have Jam Pack Volume, I believe it's Volume 13. Yes, it is Volume 13. Ow. It is Volume 13. And, hang on a sec, actually. After this I will come back to something. But, I've never played this version of Star Wars Battlefront 2. All I know is that it's on it, and the only reason I know about all these Battlefront demos is because of Amazon.com. I've looked up Star Wars Battlefront demos over and over again, and different things have came up every time. Okay, but I just want to go back to something, because I'm pretty sure something got skipped. Yes, these people. Okay, so, like I was talking about Star Wars Battlefront 3 earlier, there's a couple people who keep the hope going. First off, I want to start off by introducing the community of Star Wars. Star Wars needs more Battlefront. Thank God for this meme, or else this would probably never ever have been found on the internet, or ever been said. The first person to really do Battlefront 3 updates that really got big over here was Tuggy Game Reviews. He retired off of YouTube on the first day of school, for me at least, which was the day after Labor Day. He retired that day, and I came home, and I didn't want to play games anymore, and then I realized I can still play games and talk to my family and be social and everything, which his goodbye video didn't really make sense on that, if you ask me. I loved Tuggy, though. I was into all of his stuff, not just his Battlefront updates, and I was a true fan until the day he left. And like he said, he'll come back if there is a Battlefront 3, which would be really, really nice. A person who I thought would be taking over the Battlefront updates, but hasn't really, and one of my personal favorite people on YouTube, is the Halo Hobo. The Halo Hobo... Halo Hobo is one of the funniest people you'll find on YouTube, and a guy who likes to keep Battlefront Hope in, and he just does random things on gameplays and stuff. He probably won't be uploading very many things lately, considering it's Christmas break, and he has a job and everything. I know that for a fact, so he's just he is just keeping it up, and he's pretty realistic on YouTube if you think about it. He's not like this kind of guy who tries to refrain from being funny so that he doesn't get hate on what he thinks is funny, but you get hate if you're too serious on a channel, if you ask me. So, yeah. But people who have also been keeping the faith is my friend over here, xKenDaKillax's. Wow, this is really crappy quality. And I'm not talking about the iPad, I'm talking about my phone. xKenDaKillax's is one of the best people on YouTube I can find. His editing is perfect, near perfect actually. So is the Halo Hobo, in case you're wondering. And he does really, really well on all of his videos. I believe you should go check him out, and I think you'll love all of his videos, even if you don't like Star Wars or anything of Battlefront related. He has a lot of things to show on his channel. And a person who has actually just now started making short Battlefront updates is Mr. Elmokes? I don't know how to pronounce that. If he finds this video, then I'll be happy if he even mentions me in one of his videos. But, he's just started doing short Battlefront updates, so I think you should go check him out, and yeah. By the way, subscribe to all of these people, including me, I guess, if you count that as me, I don't know. But I'll leave links to all of these people in the description below, and you shall have hope for Battlefront 3, hopefully. And by the way, Tuggy is gone, confirmed, and some of his old updates, you gotta realize this was before we knew that Spark Unlimited was gonna make Lost Point at 3, so we had a strong hope in them making it. That's it, I guess. Back to the demos, like you've seen all these DLCs, and back to the demos. I've never played the Battlefront 2 demo on PlayStation 2. Now, another, a thing where you find Battlefront the most, demo-wise, is Xbox. We have the Xbox, I believe it was issue 39, Conquer Live and Reloaded, even says down there, Star Wars Battlefront. This is really awful quality. I hope this is my last video with this phone, because it really is starting to flaw and really make me mad in video quality and its performance overall. So there was a Battlefront 1 I think this was actually the earliest demo of Star Wars Battlefront out there. And then there was the bonus disc of the Star Wars trilogy in 2004. How do I put this? It's a crazy demo. I've seen gameplay of it. You can go check out Gamertag2Ellie for his video on this playthrough of the demo. He also does another playthrough of the demo for the PlayStation 1 he prefers Star Wars Battlefront 1 though, so he's only done Star Wars Battlefront 1 demo gameplay. And let's hope someday he does all of the Battlefront 2 demos. A Star Wars Battlefront 2 demo that I've done gameplay on is here, The Story of Star Wars. Or the second disc, you could say, in the Star Wars Episode 3 2008 Special Edition widescreen DVD. Ugh, that's a mouthful. It's just... They're all really good-looking demos, and to be honest, as soon as... These are the main things I've actually asked for Christmas, so hopefully I'll be able to do gameplay on all of these and show you guys what they look like, because I'm really into Battlefront. And I'm trying to get into it really good. Like, I'm trying to really get into it again. Here's the PSP demo for Star Wars Battlefront Elite Squadron. Nothing really to say here. It's, the demo is just, you just play on Tatooine, and it's kind of interesting. But, the full game is probably getting really cheap by now, considering it's been out for about 3 years. So, it's a good demo. And just to point out, I believe Star Wars Battlefront, other than Mobile Squadrons, which I don't really like to include in anything, I believe Renegade Squadron is the only Star Wars Battlefront without a demo. Moving on. Here we have, that's right, unofficial Star Wars Battlefront 3. It's a project. It's a pre-alpha Star Wars Battlefront 3 demo. It's really interesting, and it is able for download. I don't know where. You'll have to look it up. There's a blogspot website for it and everything. Go check it out, please. I will probably leave a link for this. No promises for this one, though. Okay, here we have games that are similar to Star Wars Battlefront, and Star Wars games similar to Battlefront. Here we have Star Wars Imperial Academy. This was actually the most downloaded free app on the App Store for a little while. I downloaded it immediately, of course. It was actually getting a lot of hate, and I don't know why. It's pretty good for a mobile game. It is so much like Battlefront, though, and it's not a Battlefront game, though. It's called Star Wars Imperial Academy. Look it up on YouTube and the web, I guess, and you'll find gameplay, or you'll find info on it and how it isn't up anymore. Star Wars Republic Commando. Star Wars Republic Commando definitely deserves a sequel just as much as Battlefront. Not very many people will say that, but I think so because Star Wars Battlefront, out of all of these Star Wars games, has had the most sequels, and people still are just asking for Battlefront 3. And I can understand because Battlefront 3 has been long awaited because Battlefront is just a good game series. But Republic Commando hasn't seen anything since the Republic Commando 2 phone game, which kind of sucked. And like I said, it wasn't made for any smartphones, so it's kind of hard to get your hands on the Republic Commando 2 game anyways. Moving on, oh, wait, by the way, this is kind of like Rainbow Six and Star Wars Battlefront, like, meets, if you ask me. That's just my opinion. Gotta remember that. Star Wars Bounty Hunter is a really fun third-person action-adventure shooter, much like Battlefront. To be honest, this is a game that is basically put into all of the same categories as Battlefront, except you can't switch to first-person, and like I said, I prefer third-person, so I'm totally okay with it, and it's a good game. I actually played it today, and I just remembered how much fun it is, and it's still a good game. Still deserves a sequel. I don't know as much as Republic Commando or Battlefront, but it still deserves a sequel. Moving on, we have the Battlefield games, Battlefield 3. This is like the only Battlefield I really like. Sorry, Battlefield fans. But one thing you realize is that Battlefront is so related to Battlefield, they only had to change a couple letters, and they had to rip it off and put Star Wars on it, and it was amazing. And that's why Battlefield is amazing. So go check out Battlefield 3 or any Battlefields. Go check out Imperial Academy, Republic Commando, Bounty Hunter, and I don't think Bounty Hunter was made for Xbox, kind of a weird deal. Like I said, go check all of these out, and these are great games, and they're all related and similar to Battlefront, except Battlefield is just combat, Where do you find Battlefront the most? The PSP. The reason I want a PSP so badly is so that I can do gameplay of all three of these. Sorry, I keep saying now. Star Wars Battlefront has been the most on PSP, and it's funny because one of these is exclusive to PSP, one of these is kind of a different version of the game, and then one of these is the better version of the game. So, really, this is why I want a PSP, and I want to do gameplay of these for you guys. And I don't really know what else to say other than these three games are the best PSP games I've played. And I've played a couple of them, and much like Nintendo handheld games, they're not really fun unless they're made by the same people who made the console or system, so that's saying something. If you want to find people who want Battlefront 3 other than YouTube, but you want to go on Facebook and find them, go check out this really special page called Who Else Wants Star Wars Battlefront 3. There will be a link below. Be sure to give them a like it says there. Pretty cool how they have a thumbs up, much like the like on Facebook, which is there. These are cool little symbols, I guess. Okay, after this long wait, and it's been about 25 minutes, thank you for watching. Subscribe if you liked it, well, subscribe if you want, like it if you want, I guess. Go to Prezi.com as well to make a presentation like this. Well, I should have put presentations. I don't know what else to say. I guess I'll go back to my title thing and maybe talk for a little bit, or maybe not. So this has been my Christmas special on a topic I felt I've needed to do. Thank you for sitting through 25 minutes of me just talking about Battlefront and how I feel I need to talk about the people who want it. I didn't really go too in-depth on Battlefront 3, but hey, there's always going to be an Easter special, huh? Or maybe I'll do a video on how Republic Commando, how the whole series is, or not. To be honest, I already know I've left out a couple things. Like, I'm pretty sure there was actually another DLC for Battlefront 2, and it was like a Kashyyyk hunt or something. I think I just told you about it, unless that's not it. But anyways, check out the links below. I guess subscribe to everyone I mentioned. And I don't really know how to end my video than, say, you know, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I might make videos before the New Year, but this might be the last video on this phone. This might be the last video of this year from xKenDaKillax's. So, Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah, Happy New Year, Happy whatever doesn't offend you. And just long live Battlefront and all of its fans. If you're a loyal fan, then I guess you enjoyed this video? I don't know, I need to stop talking now. Again, subscribe, I guess, and check out the links. That's all.